So before we get on to the meat of this video, I have to address a few things. So the main thing that I wanted to address is really the fact that I disappeared from making content for a few days, or really a couple of weeks or so. So the reason for that was because I literally had a mental episode going back to late December of last year, because a lot of things was going on with me personally, to the point where I couldn't make any content. So I took a hiatus from making any type of content, not just on this channel, but on my other YouTube channels as well. So True Inferno's Pokemon Go Adventures, the True Inferno channel, True Inferno Plays. I even took a break from live streaming on the Purple website. So I took a break from all of that to basically calm down and get myself in order. But now everything is good right now. And in fact, everything is great actually. So we are now returning to content. I already got videos up on the Pokemon Go channel. I'm working on a video for the True Inferno channel. And then we got this right here. Now, I understand that while I was taking this break, some news have broke in the credit card world. For example, there was a limited time offer for this card right here, the Venture X, but that limited time offer has expired. So if you missed out on it, then I feel sorry for you, because it was good. It was really, really good actually. Not to mention, we're going to get news on the built cards. So there are going to be 3 built cards. I have not talked about built at all on this channel, but we will be talking about built over my next video or 2 actually, because we're going to talk about how built used to be in comparison to what built will be as soon as we get the news on that. We should receive on January the 14th. And there were some other credit card deals and limited time offers that was going on, and a number of them are actually going away when this video drops. So if you haven't taken advantage of those and you are interested and it makes sense to you, then jump on those now before those limited time offers go away. But before I do any of that, we gotta talk about what I'm gonna do this year. Okay, so here we go, the first video of the year on this channel right here, and we are gonna go over everything that I got planned for this year, which to be honest is all over the place. It's not looking good. But before we can look forward to what to expect for this year, we gotta look back to where I was at going into 2025 and where I'm at now currently as we are now into 2026. So going into 2025, I only had 2 cards. It would be the Chase Infinite Unlimited and the Capital One Saver card. Now, I did apply for a 3rd card, which was a B&H card that I never used. So at this point in time, going into 2025, I'm at 324 within that whole Chase 524 World fiasco. So even though you only see 2 cards here, I'm currently going into 2025 was at 324. So what ended up happening? A lot was happening with me financially. So I had to use an old credit card to do some repairs on my car. Not to mention the 0 APR on these 2 cards were going away, and I was making payments on other stuff, and I was like, there's no way I could manage all of that before these 2 OPRs expire and before the OPR on that old credit card expire, or the special financing, whatever it's called, expired for that card and another card that I had as well. So what did I end up doing? I made an executive decision, because my original plan was to pay off all of that or most of that as I can before I went on to apply for this card right here, the Venture X. But with the way things were going, I knew that I was not going to accomplish all of that, so I made an executive decision. And the executive decision was for me in April to apply for this card. And in case you're wondering what is this card, this is a Chase Freedom Flex, another starter card that has 0 APR for 15 months, and the 0 APR fiasco is still going on to this day right now, obviously. So with this as my daily driver, I was able to pay off a lot of stuff. So we talking about my Chase Freedom Unlimited card, the Capital One Saver card, that old credit card that I used for my car repair, the Amazon Visa Prime card, a Best Buy credit card, special financing for my phone. I managed to pay all that stuff off, and things were looking good. My credit score was skyrocketing over the course of the next few months after I got this card. And then that's when I saw a very interesting limited time offer, the Chase Sapphire Preferred. Now y'all saw that video when I applied for that card and I got denied. That actually took place a month or so after I got this card. I did try to jump on it, but ultimately I was not successful, and you've seen that video already. So that did drop my credit score, but because I was making all those payments on all that other stuff, it raised it back up. You know, my credit score went back up. Then we get to August, and that's when I decided to make my move and apply for this card right here. Now I knew I was going to be approved for this card right here because I did the pre-approval thing in July or late June, I don't remember when I did it, and I was approved then, and I'm like, okay, so I know I'm going to be approved, but I need the money for the welcome offer. So once I got the money for the welcome offer and I paid off some more stuff, when August came around, I applied for this card and I was definitely approved, and I got what I consider to be my favorite credit card and what I consider to be the best credit card in the game right now, the Capital One Venture X. And then fast forward to November, I decided to pull the trigger on my first American Express card, which may make some of you moan and groan about it, and that would be the American Express green card. Yes, I actually got the green card because I did not want to raise the 40,000 points that you can get from getting this welcome offer. So there was no way I was going to pass up on the green card. So that was in November. And then late December came and I got one of my favorite cards right here. And this was actually one of the reasons why my mood went upside down from sour to the point where I had that mental episode to my mood jumped up and became great. This was one of the reasons right here. This card right here, I was approved for this card late December, and this card came in the mail a few days ago this year. So I got the American Express Gold card. So even though you only see 6 credit cards right here, I actually ended up with 7 credit cards within the last 24 months, which means I cannot apply for anything Chase related until late April, early May, something along those lines, because what will happen is that 24-month fiasco for 2 of these cards right here and that third that's not here will be erased. So if we remove these 2 and then that third one was already gone, now we're going to jump from 7 to 4, which brings us to a messy roadmap for this year. So before we get on to the fact that this roadmap is messy, let's talk about what the roadmap was supposed to be when it was actually nice and neat. So the original plan was for late May, early June, something along those lines. I was going to apply for the Chase Business Inc. Cash card. So we were going to get into the business cards. So originally we were going to go for the Chase Business Inc. Cash card, and then later on in the year, maybe in August, we were going to move on to the Chase Business Inc. Unlimited card. And then either later on this year or early next year, I was going to move on to the Chase Business Inc. Preferred card. But Chase has other plans. Chase decided to make some changes when it comes to their business cards. So instead of you just getting any Chase business credit card and getting whatever welcome offer that comes with it, they are now making you choose the Chase Business Inc. Unlimited and the Chase Business Inc. Cash card. Now you have to choose. So whichever one you get, you're going to get the welcome offer for one and not for the other. So for example, if you were to get the welcome offer for the Chase Business Inc. Cash card, you cannot get the welcome offer for the Chase Business Inc. Unlimited card. You can still get the Unlimited, you just can't get the welcome offer. It's either or, unfortunately. So that just made a damper on my plans right here. So now I had to sit here and think, what to do now? The plan is to still get at least one business credit card since I will be under the 424 rule this year. But I just don't know which one, and I just don't know when. That's the problem. Looking at the history of both of these credit cards, the 2 that I'm going for, that would be the Business Preferred and the Business Cash, which I believe is the better between the 2 no annual fee ones. The Business Preferred is more than likely the way to go during the summer because that's when they have a limited time offer at the highest of levels. Even though they do have a limited time offer right now where you can get 100,000 points as opposed to 90,000 points, which is the standard. But during the summer, you're looking at 120,000 points. And then later on in the year, we talking like October throughout the remainder of the year, whatever the case may be, they would normally do a limited time offer for the Chase Business Inc. Unlimited and Cash cards, where it will go from 75,000 points to 90,000 points. Now, me going for the Chase Business Inc. Cash card much later in the year is cool because it works as a starter card to the degree. You get 0 APR for 12 months, and even though you have to spend $6,000 within 3 months, you still have pretty much 12 months to pay that off, although I would prefer you do that within 9 as opposed to using up all the 12 months to do that. But that one is fine and dandy. It's the preferred that's the problem with me. Because we talking about you having to spend $8,000 within 3 months of you getting that card, and that's not a starter card. That is more of a mid-tier card, but on the business side. So what that means is you need to have $8,000 right there, ready to go, in order for you to take advantage of the welcome offer and not get hit with the APR. And I am not confident that I'm gonna have $8,000 by the summer. So that's why it's like my roadmap for 2026 is really all over the place. So what is my roadmap? What am I thinking right now? Well, as it stands right now, because things could change as the year goes on. I mean, we are barely in January, so things could change as the year goes on. But here's my roadmap right now. My roadmap right now is to focus on paying off as much stuff as I can and saving up as much money as I can. But later on in the year, I will make my move and apply for the Chase Business Inc. cash card. So we talking late October, and then as soon as I get my hands on the card, I can potentially plan a trip to Australia with that card and take care of some other expenses regarding my office, and then we can go from there. And then sometime next year, during the summer next year, most likely, we can focus on the Chase Business Preferred card in 2027. Going into the summer 2027, this card and this card will be removed from the 424 fiasco, because it would be more than 24 months since I had both of these cards, especially this one, the Freedom Flex, because I got this one in April 2025. By the time April 2027 come along, or going into May, this will be removed from the 424, cutting it down to 3, and then in August or early September, whatever the case may be, this will be removed from the 424, cutting it down to 2. So now we have an interesting scenario where we can plan and get some other credit cards, like a Built card, depending on what they have to offer. Which brings us back to this year. Once we have more information on the Built credit cards, if they treat the 0 annual fee Built card like an actual starter card, where you get 0 APR for a certain period of time, and you can get a welcome offer, now we have a different ball game. We may abandon me getting a business credit card altogether this year and wait for next year to do that. But it really depends on what happens with these Built cards. So as it stands right now, I'm only going to get one credit card this year, and it's looking like it's going to be the Chase Business Inc. cash card later on in the year, where I'm assuming that the limited time offer will be there, and it's going to be as high as 90,000 points or even higher, hopefully higher. But I'm hoping that there will be a limited time offer later in the year, and if that happens, then I will get that. However, if Built comes out with their lineup of 3 credit cards, which would be on the 14th, and that 0 annual fee card have the characteristics of a normal starter card that have 0 APR for a certain period of time, we may have to change the strategy and go with that card instead. Now, what I would encourage you to do is create your own roadmap throughout the year 2026 in terms of which credit cards do you want to get. Hey, you may not even want or need to get any credit cards at all this year. You may want to work on your finances, pay off other stuff, get your finances up so you can have money saved, get a savings account so you can, make money from that. So you may not even need to get a credit card at all this year. It's all up to you. It's all up to your living arrangements. It's all up to your finances. So make that decision right now, folks, in terms of what you want to do for 2026. And I'm going to call it a wrap from here. I'm going to see you guys next time.